Hey, and good morning. This is Omar again. This is my second day on the video that I said that I would be doing. That's a little nerve-wracking since I haven't been doing these videos for a long time. And as you can see, full body, like I said, uh, my journey onto the weight loss. Uh, 3 years ago, I did do a very impactful weight loss that I did not record, which I should have, because it was a very I'll say like around 8 to maybe 10 months that I've lost. I'll say probably like 100 pounds. Usually it's because of how much I was eating and how much exercise I was doing. And I will be trying to do that again, except that now that I've educated myself a little bit more, so that way, you won't be losing weight as fast, because I hear that when you lose weight too fast, there's a possibility you could be losing, muscle weight as well. Especially I was doing so much cardio, I was doing like 5 to 6 miles a day jogging around. And, even though it's very tiresome, but, I'd say that running is very beneficial regardless, especially for those that are trying to build muscle, like to be, like bodybuilders and all that. I know that certain bodybuilders don't like to do too much cardio because of that reasoning. And, my goal is just to keep a lean body, keep it nice, natural, so that way, it helps us out through the daily day, especially if we got a hard-working jobs, if you have to be lifting or if it requires a lot of endurance. So today I'm going to be doing breakfast. It's my first time doing it through this type of medium. So bear with me if you hear me a little stutter, a little bit of freeze ups and here and there. So let's see what's in stores for today for breakfast. So that way, for most of you that are struggling to find out how to have a balanced out meal, I can give you an idea of what is it that you can eat. So that way, you can work your way around on certain foods that give you certain nutrients. So that way, it'll keep you full. It's well balanced. It's not a lot of calories. And then on top of that, you're gonna need the protein, you're gonna need the fiber intake. So that way, it'll last you, so you have fuel throughout your whole day. So the very first thing that we're going to be adding into our meal is everyone's favorite, or most of everybody's favorite. It's the egg. I like having eggs for breakfast because of the protein and the vitamins and minerals that it gives you. A lot of misconception about eggs, that people say that it's high in cholesterol. If you eat too much of it, it'll do damage to your heart health, cardiovascular. What I would say is that egg, it's not really that dangerous as long as you eat it in moderation. Eggs are very healthy. They're very low in calorie. So for one egg, it's like 70 calories. Now, if you take it with the yolk. Now, without the yolk, I'm not much of a scientist on it, so I would say with half the calories. Either way, the white yolk, and the yellow are both healthy. Some people like to have like one or two yellows while the rest can be white. Like I said, it's up to you what type of journey you guys are going for. For muscle building, eggs would be good. They're versatile, they're very nice. You can add it with a lot of stuff. You can cook it, you can add it to soups, you can add it with a side dish with rice, or how some Hispanics like it. So now we're going to at least crack 3 eggs. So it's gonna be 2 with yellow and then 1 without. All right, so now that we have fully cracked our eggs, as you can see, we have the 2 yellows and also, 1 with just white. Now, what I like to add for seasoning, sometimes I don't like to go too crazy on my sodium. I like to add, I got this from Dollar Tree. It's salt-free garlic and herb seasoning. These are very good. They come in handy. So we're gonna add a little bit of dash of that. Dash of that right there. And I like to keep it spicy. It's good for metabolism. So I add cayenne pepper from Price Right. I love my spices, so has a nice little blend. So especially for the morning. Hopefully I get this right. And I hope that all of you are having a very good morning today. And today will be a very blessed day for all of you. If it's morning or night, whatever the case, if it's summer or whatever other seasoning, I really hope that it goes well for you. So, now that we're whisking, so we already whisked the egg. Now, we're going to add a little bit of butter. Now, I'm not very big with so much butters and all that due to the calories, but I do use like certain butters, salted butter. That's why I don't want to add too much of the sodium to a certain food, since the butter itself has, sodium itself. You don't want to make it too salty, but a little bit of butter won't hurt, just for the skillet, for the eggs won't to stick. So that way we'll make ourselves one of those big omelets. So for the butter, I like to add at least this much. Hopefully it's not too much, but I'm not good with measurements. But it says here for a tablespoon, it's only 60 calories, so it's good. So a little fat is good for breakfast, so we're just gonna add that in here. Now that that's already searing, we're going to add our omelet. Egg in here. Now, me personally, for me to get my fibers, what I like to have the most is spinach. Spinach is very low in calories. For 2 cups, it's only 20 calories. And best of all, it has fiber. So you always want to add fiber to your diet, especially if you're going to mix it with anything that's carb complex or has protein in it. So fiber is it's a must. So that way it helps you keep yourself full. So that way you're not, when you eat, you're not going to get hungry, for the next, I'll say like an hour or so. So try adding some greens. These are like a lifesaver. They help me lose this 100 pounds, especially for breakfast. So they're very cheap. Some places they're cheap, some places they're not. But I really recommend spinach and sometimes mixed vegetables. So now that everything is almost done cooking, I already pulled out the other ingredients that I will be using. One of them would be pico de gallo. I like to add tomatoes, onions, a little bit of pepper, just to give a little bit of a coloring to the food. And most of them that I like is I got this from Aldi. It's restaurant style guacamole Southwest. Since I didn't have any avocados, I said, well, I might as well go with this, with only 40 calories per 2 tablespoons. So, avocados are very good. They're high on healthy fats, and these are definitely one of them that help me lose the weight and help my body get its nutrients that it needs. So I really recommend. If you don't like it, try having it in different flavors. See, there's different ones. You don't have to have it plain. You could just have it. Well, some like plain avocados. You could just add a little dash of salt. But for me, I like to have it with a little bit of flavor. So now that the eggs should be done, you don't want to add too much. So you don't want to add too much high, like I did a little bit. So, you don't want it to burn. So now you can see. Looks a little brown because of the butter, but I can tell it's very tasty. All right, so now we're going to add a little bit of the guacamole. You know that when you buy guacamole, sometimes the color will change a little bit depending how long it's been in the fridge. As long as you keep it refrigerated, it will darken Some avocados do that as well, so it's pretty normal. As long as it doesn't have like a very nasty, stenchy smell, you'll be fine. So I'm just gonna add a little bit of scoop. I want to spread it out a little bit. I know you guys can't see it. Let me, I'm gonna add pico de gallo. Just add it right there. As you can see, this is the result. So this is the breakfast that I would normally have. It's one of the many breakfasts. Now, for those that like to have it with carbs, one of the things that I like to add is this right here is very good. I know my mom recommended it to me. I've seen a lot of health influencers use it as well. It's the Extreme Wellness High Fiber Torta Wraps. They're very good, as you can see here. Only 60 calories for one. And as you notice that it's high in fiber. The fiber is very high, so it's 12 grams, that's 43%. And you know, total carbs 16 grams. Not bad, pretty good. You know, especially for those that they need it for energy and stuff like that. Now, if you're trying to do like keto, then this would be ideal, you know, for you guys to have. And so yeah, so this is my spinach omelet with guacamole and pico de gallo. And you see, easy breakfast. Doesn't have to be something, you know, fancy. You know, these things are just the way you make it. You know, you make it delicious and it'll keep you going. So the proteins and, you know, you got the fibers, plus I'm gonna add a little bit more of the torta wrap, and it's not that much calories. I mean, it shouldn't be more than at least around 400 to 500 calories. You know how people would normally consume a lot. You know, you'll be amazed when you don't calculate, those calories can add up. So my name is Omar again. Thank you for watching this video. This is my second day on my weight loss journey. I will be making a video on my journey from here to the gym. I was thinking about taking a drive, but I'm definitely gonna walk. And I hope you guys are having a nice day, beautiful morning, and a nice night. Thank you for watching.